Hi, it's Elaine with MCPS Technology. Let's talk about how you can create a beautiful and functional website using Google Sites. The tools are super easy to use, intuitive, and interface beautifully with Google Drive and other Google tools. There's lots of ways to get to sites. I could go to sites.google.com/new. I can also get to sites from the Google Apps Launcher. But because I like to start in Drive and it helps me stay organized, I'm going to go to New, then More, and choose Google Sites. Once I do that, it will open a brand new site for me. And once my site comes up, the most important first thing that I should do is to give it a name. This makes it easier to find again, and it will come up in my recent files in Google Drive. So I can click into the upper left and just give my site a name. Because we're practicing, I'm just going to call this Practice Site 1. And if I click down into my header area, you'll notice that that title follows me. And I can also add a logo if I want to. The second thing I should do is to choose a theme for my new website. And I can do that in the upper right of the screen by clicking on the word themes. This will show me which themes are available. And of course, the theme determines the color scheme and the font style. So you should just take a moment to look through the themes. And you have a few choices within each theme. Because we're practicing, I'm just going to stick with this simple theme. Once I click into my header area, you'll see that I have some choices here as well. I can choose header type, and I can also change the image if I want to. Let's take a moment to look at that. So as you can see, I can upload an image if I have one, or I can select an image using several methods. There are backgrounds to choose from within Google Sites. I can also use URL. I can search for copyright-free images, but because we're short on time here making a video, I'm just going to choose one from the gallery and select it. So you'll notice it will come in to my theme. Also here in the header area, this is going to be the home page of my website, so I want to give it a name. Let's say I'm making a classroom website as a teacher, so I'm just going to call this Miss Lorenzen's Class. And once I've typed into this header area, I can also stretch this out to make it fit onto one line. So there's a few things I can do to make it more pleasing to the eye. And of course, I have some other options with menus that pop up. So now I have the home page to my site, and I'm ready to start building. When you build a site for real, then you'll want to think about the framework to your site in advance. In other words, think about how many pages you might need. Would those pages need subpages? What is it that you want to feature on your site? Let's say I'm a science teacher in high school and I teach biology and chemistry. Maybe I want to build a page for both of those classes. So the way that I build pages is by clicking on Pages and then just clicking the plus sign. So let's build a page for biology. I can click Enter or Done, then click the plus sign again. Let's make one for chemistry. And let's make a resource page as well. So once I have these pages built, then notice what Google is doing for me. So if I look back over here into my header area, I can see that Google is already building a navigation menu for me. I didn't have to do anything to make that happen. Isn't that cool? If I hover over this area, I can also see that I can move that navigation to the side if I like. I prefer mine at the top, but I just want you to know that you do have that option. Now, I may need pages under some of these areas, and that would be called a subpage. So for example, if I wanted to, under my biology area, make a page for, say, videos, I can click on these three dots and I can add a subpage. Let's call that videos. Well, let's try that again. And then when I've created my subpage, watch what happens in my navigation menu. So So up here in the navigation menu, now you notice you have a down arrow that shows there's a sub page there. How cool is that? I love that. You can also move these pages around. If I realize that I want to put the resources page first before biology and chemistry, I can simply drag it up here until I see a solid line and drop it. And that will rearrange my navigation menu in real time, which is kind of a nice thing. So now I've made pages. I'm ready to bring some information into my pages. So before we move on with that, check this out. So if I go to, let's say I go to my biology page or my chemistry page, notice that the color over here changes. So wherever you are in your navigation menu, it will be blue over here in this side menu. Now, unless I change the header on these pages, it will remain the same as it does on the home page, but I can change this image. Let's say I would like my chemistry page to have a different image. So if I just search chemistry right here, I'm going to find some copyright-free images that I could put in my background. How about this one? Let's see how that looks. So this is a way I can personalize my site by bringing in different banners on different pages. So there you go. That's the basics of building pages in Google Sites, and now we're ready to bring in some information. So check out my next video where we'll talk about how to insert text and images.